So I'm starting to think that QRL might be the quantum narrative project. Well, you might be wondering why would I think that? Well, one of the main things is it's the project that has been around for the longest time, and it is basically the first operational quantum project. But there's more to it. It's the project with the least amount of holes as well. None of the quantum projects in the space are perfect, but you can confidently say that this one has the least problems. But there's one major problem, in my opinion, and it's looking right at us. The chart is 4,450% up. Now, I am not the type of person to fall in love with the project. I'm just here for the money and I do whatever it takes. But seeing a chart that's already 4,400% up is a bit sad, especially given that I'm not early in this project. So the only point of entry I could have got to was recent. And that's basically, in a way, buying the top. Unless, if you really think about it, look at this. Solana ran up 800%, ran up again 3,500%, ran up again 5,500%, and this was essentially the blockchain for the layer 1 narrative, or at least the main runner-up, since obviously Ethereum was the main one. And despite reaching these levels, which you may think it has to be the top, it went to reach 50,300%. So given that this was the layer 1 project of that year, it makes sense that it hit this level of return. So if you think about it, if this ends up the quantum narrative coin that I think it can be, maybe you can start looking at returns like that. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it is logical. Now, a few other things contributing to why it could be the quantum narrative coin. Let's be logical. A person is looking for a quantum coin. Which one will they enter? The one with a strong chart? The one that's been around for a long time? The one considered to have the first operational quantum project? Or a project with a chart that looks like this? This is Cell. And I'm not hating on the project. I love the project. But think about it. Someone comes in with a lot of money waiting to be unloaded. Do you think that they're going to choose a project that has a chart like this? 90% down. And then from that level, a further 81.4% down. How is that going to give someone confidence? How can someone feel like they're going to put their money in this and get something out of it? Now, I know this is a really good project, but think about it from the perspective of someone who wants to make money from it. Don't think about it from the perspective of an obsessive person. You might love Cell, and that's fine. I love it too. But think about it from the perspective of someone that has no bias, and they are looking for a quantum coin. Do you really think this is gonna make someone think, hell yeah, I gotta buy this coin immediately? Now, some of them may think, okay, it's a good project, it's down a lot, that's a massive discount. But a lot of people are gonna realize that this chart is damaged. And they're going to realize that there is essentially no flaw. There's no guarantee that this is going to hold as a flaw. flow in actuality could be anywhere. And someone that wants to put 100,000 into this is not going to feel confident. And well, obviously this project doesn't have enough liquidity to just accept 100,000. But I'm just saying, if they saw this chart, it's not going to make them confident. Now let's look at QANX. Well, this part, we are gonna excuse the 95% down because it was a bear market. A lot of projects went down by that much. However, this side is something we have to consider. As much as many projects are down by this amount, we are comparing quantum projects. If someone is coming to buy a quantum project, they don't care how many things are down. All they know is they're going to compare the top bets, which is Quan, Cell, and QRL. And when they compare these charts side by side, you tell me which one is going to make them confident. And besides the charts, QRL has the market cap going for it. It has the largest market cap. Now, there is one weak point that people always bring up, which is the volume. And you can't blame people for bringing this up. QRL does have really horrible volume. There's no excuse to be made for that. But let's put it into context instead of just looking at the number and saying it's shit. 108 compared to Cellframe and QANX. It has the lowest. It's about half. But apply that volume to the chart. How does it have the best structure? How is it going up? But you look at a project like Cellframe, which has double that volume, and the chart is absolutely destroyed. Well, it's actually an easy thing to explain. All the volume for QRL is actually contributing to the growth of the project. People are buying, people are accumulating. Any cells are in the healthiest spectrum of cells. QANX, Cellframe, higher volume, but obviously cells are contributing heavily to that volume. So that amount of volume can't make you happy. How can you be happy about the volume? How can you be happy about the liquidity if that is what it's leading to? So for the people complaining about the volume in QRL, how can you logically tear it apart if the chart can look like this with that shit volume? Obviously, it has to be good volume despite being low. Otherwise the chart would not look like this. Remember, it's 111 million market cap, and it is holding its structure with so less volume. That has to tell you something about the confidence people have in this project. So that brings us back to the imaginary quantum investor. If they look and compare these three projects, which one do you think they would want to go heavier in? So now QRL has a structure. It has the first mover advantage, basically. It has the market cap. And it has the healthy volume. That's multiple strong things going for it. Now, as much as Cell has the best moonshot potential, and is the one I'm keeping my eye on the most, you gotta start thinking, how low do we go before we start moving up? You can't think in terms of guarantees. It's not guaranteed to 100 times. And let's just say it is guaranteed to 100 times for argument's sake. Let's say you are definitely gonna get 100 times. The question is, where exactly are you gonna get that 100 times from? Once it crashes another 97% from where it is now, is that where we are going to get that 100 times? Because as much as that might seem impressive, it means you buy now, you crash 97%, and then you 100 times. And in actuality, that's a 5,000%, 2,000%, and that's basically just going to previous local highs. So before you think about 100 times, think about how low do we go first, because this is a dangerous structure. It's not a structure you can have confidence in, even if it is going to 100 times or 1,000 times, and I really think it can. The more important question is not whether we get it, it's how low do we go before getting it. That's my problem with this. Now QRL, you could get it 3 times, 7 times, 50 times, maybe even 100 times. But you can really be confident that it is not going to break the floor and bleed deeper and deeper and deeper. You can't have that same confidence about Cell or QANX at all. No matter how biased you may be, you have to open your eyes to this. The charts are not good. And the fact that these charts are not good, it's just gonna be a snowball effect. More people are going to see it bleeding, more people are going to sell, more people are going to avoid it. Same situation here, but not as bad. More people are going to sell, more people are going to avoid it. But, as I said, nowhere as bad as it is for sell. Now QRL is the exact opposite. This chart does nothing but inspire confidence. People see this chart, as much as it may be too late, if you get what I'm saying. It makes them feel confident. Doesn't look like the move is going to stop. Now remember, the move could stop literally today, and we go down to this floor. But when people look at this chart, they don't feel that way. Psychologically, they feel confident in this move. Don't think about whether it's gonna go down. Just look at it and think, what is it gonna make people feel? Now look at this. Same perspective. Be psychological about it. What does it make people feel? Do you feel any confidence looking at this? Let's remove this. Remove that. How does this make you feel? Let's emphasize a point. How does this make you feel? Without the line there, this hardly looks like a floor anymore. It really hardly looks like a floor anymore. It could just keep grinding its way down. Because look at this. It's a trend line. You may think, okay, that's a floor. But what's stopping it from doing this? Nothing. We don't know if that's gonna happen. We had just 1 day or 2 days of this temporary floor. It might even break through today. So you tell me, how can we be confident in this? This is absolute destruction. Now QANX, on the other hand, also doesn't really have a floor, but it has a few levels below that can possibly act as a floor, and I can have some confidence in it. But with the amount of sell volume going on recently, it's easy for me to assume that it could break that floor. And not as aggressively as sell, but it's still not an appealing chart. Now look back at QRL. nothing but confidence. But you do what you want. I'm not here to force you to do something you don't want to do. But all I can tell you is that all things point to QRL being the quantum narrative coin, and too many things point to Cellframe being a dangerous hold. QANX is in the middle. It doesn't have as high potential as Cellframe, and it's not as safe and powerful as a hold of QRL. So you have the lower spectrum, the lower end, you have the higher end, and this is dead in the middle. Now don't be confused into thinking that you have to own only one of these. I don't know why so many people are behaving like they are in a cult. If they hold Cell, they must only hold Cell. If they hold QANX, they must only hold QANX. If they hold QRL, they must only hold QRL. It's honestly dumb. If you hold QRL, as much as it's my favorite from the three, I suggest you buy some Cellframe to get the potential upside that QRL does not offer you. If you hold a Cellframe, I suggest you get some QRL to hedge yourself, to have some sort of safety and reliability that Cellframe does not give you. You need the pros and cons of each one to have a balanced portfolio. As much as you may buy only Cellframe and think, okay, that's so much of upside. What if you don't get that upside? You have no fallback. What if you only buy QRL and it ends up being a dud? You have no fallback to give you that upside that you're looking for. There's literally no reason why you should hold only one, and you are putting yourself at a deep disadvantage thinking you should hold only one. Some of you act like you created the project and you must live and die by it. I have no idea why you have that mentality, but it's going to destroy you. But as I said, you do what you want to do. Good luck.